Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton, and today on the podcast, I'm joined again by my boss, Jim.
Brought me back for another day.
Yes, Jim Eckhardt is here. He starred in yesterday's episode, and so the higher-ups were like, you need him back. You need him back on the show.
We'll see about that. I'm not sure.
So today, we'll give you more Chrisley updates because they're loving life right now. Like, there's got to be no better day in your life than the day you get out of prison.
I was wondering. We'll talk a little bit about it because obviously they both went places after prison. And I'm just curious, where would you first go?
First place you'd go.
The second that you step out. We talked about our meal, but where would you go?
Strip club. I couldn't think of anything else. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else. We'll also talk about. I mean, I think this is the biggest news of the day, but I think it should be bigger. Gigi and Bella Hadid have a secret sister.
Out of nowhere.
They've got a secret hot younger sister.
Is she hot?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's in the family genes.
It is. So I'll give you those details. And finally, Offset is kind of twisting the knife. He's asking Cardi B for spousal support.
Yeah, we'll talk about this one too, but I have some thoughts. We'll
remind you we're live. So if you're out there on YouTube, please comment or ask questions and we'll get to them at the end of the show. To begin with, Julie Chrisley, Todd Chrisley, they're free people. They're gallivanting around the place. They were in different prisons, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So Chase, I think, was the one who went and collected the mum.
Yeah.
And then Savannah went down to Pensacola and got Todd.
Yep.
Todd, they then went to Nordstrom's, I believe.
Yeah, I guess once you get out, you need a new fit. You got to do the fit check and make sure you're nice and spiffy for your first looks out of prison.
Yes. Yeah, because he's got a big press conference today.
Yeah, a very big. I think both of them are going to be in attendance.
Okay. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I think it's very predictable what they'd say at the press conference, I think.
I think it's going to be a lot of praise for President Trump.
Yeah, I think that's pretty bang on.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if it was anything else. They'll be filming their reality show the whole time, which is great for them, I guess.
If they were they couldn't have asked for any better content and storyline for this show.
I know.
They're quite lucky right now.
Do you think they had a hint of the pardon when the show was greenlit? They must have. Well, when Savannah talks at the convention for Donald Trump, and then he wins the election, you got to think, well, it's coming.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
There was a chance.
So what happened? Good luck to them. What was Julie up to? Julie actually had different colored hair. Obviously, you don't have hair dye behind prison.
Yeah.
Behind bars.
She was all natural. But I find it interesting. We reported that she was at the butcher.
Oh.
Yeah. She was leaving the butcher when we got a photo of her.
Interesting.
So I think it sounded like she wanted some ribs or a nice steak as her first meal out.
I can buy that.
Yeah.
That would be a good first. Where was the first place you would head? He went to Nordstrom's. Is there anywhere that you would like?
I'd go to the beach.
Yeah.
The sand in my toes, the wind in my hair, feeling that ocean breeze.
I'm sure they'll do that all on the show.
Yeah. We'll know every step that they take on that show.
Are you gonna watch the show? There's gonna be a lot of hype.
Haven't been. I know of it. I followed it before. Obviously, we have to follow it because we work here. But now I'm very intrigued how they're going to spin this whole story. Yeah, very curious to see it.
All right, let's get on with our next story. Quite a shocking one. Gigi and Bella Hadid. They have a half-sister. Her name is Aiden Nix. So Aiden is 23 years old, and she's Muhammad Hadid's daughter. Muhammad Hadid, after him and Yolanda divorced, he was briefly with a lady named Terry Hatfield Dull. And they consummated, and one thing led to another. And, Aiden was brought into the world, and she had a guy who she thought was her dad.
Yeah, her whole life. Which that is, to find that out has to be, obviously it has to be so shocking.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
She said, apparently he passed away when she was 19. And then after his death, out of curiosity, she took a DNA sort of genetic test and found out that Muhammad Hadid, in fact, was her father, not the guy who had just passed away.
Yeah.
What a and now she's famous, basically.
Yeah.
And now overnight, literally, this is an overnight star.
Yeah.
From yesterday, we didn't know her name. Now she's going to be like one of the Hadid.
She's going to be probably a top influencer. It says that she went to fashion school and going to get into the fashion business. And I think just being tied to the Hadid sisters that's really going to help her out.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like I just followed her on Instagram. She had 6,000 followers.
Oh.
And I wasn't even quick to do it. This story had been out for, so she was like, I hate saying a nobody because there's no difference between famous people and not famous people, but she was largely anonymous.
Yeah.
And now I'm so interested in her, and this story is crazy.
What's crazy is that zero financial support from dad in the situation, like completely separated. She's been on her own in a way. Obviously, she had the father figure in her life, but no financial support from Muhammad, which is insane.
Well, I guess you'd think that Muhammad had no idea.
Yeah, well, it sounds like he did.
Oh, it sounds like he did?
Yeah.
Read on.
It says that hang on a second.
Because I thought that the sisters just found out too. But you think Muhammad actually knew before the girls?
Yeah, because he was also supposed to go to her college graduation and ultimately decided not to go like a week before.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this has like got a lot of twists in it as well.
Yeah.
I think so she lives in Florida, this girl. Is she gonna come and live here in LA now, I suppose?
I think she's gonna tag on to the sisters and kind of bounce around with them would be my guess. That would probably be the best thing for her to do if she's looking to get into the influencer world and get into the spotlight.
And who isn't, in a way?
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure she's a pretty young girl. I'm sure she'd like an easier life coming out here.
And it's all about who you know. And when you know the Hadid sisters as your own sisters, I'd jump on that pretty quick.
If you could sort of wake up tomorrow and it be revealed that you're a member of a family, what sort of famous family would hey, Jim's actually related to David Spade?
No, funny guy, but no, actually, it gotta be Bieber.
Bieber. Oh,
can you imagine waking up and all of a sudden your half bro is Bieber?
Yeah.
You guys start hitting the links together, start going to the clubs.
That'd be good.
That'd be sick.
That'd be good. I'd probably go Jason Momoa.
Ooh.
It feels like it could be. It's more like realistic.
The physical attributes aren't there.
It's realistic.
Okay, I feel that.
Okay. All right, on to our last story of the week.
This is wild.
Offset is asking Cardi for spousal support.
This is wild.
Yeah.
This is a man with a net worth of reportedly close to $30 million asking for spousal support. If I had $30 million in the bank, I feel like I'd be pretty confident in how much I had, and I wouldn't need that spousal support.
Unless your significant other was worth between 80 and 100 million. I mean, that's a big difference. If you're worth 3 or 4 times more than me, that's a lot.
It's a lot of money. I mean, if you have the opportunity, take advantage, see what kind of extra pennies you can get from it, but I still think it's wild that a man worth 30 million is seeking out some support. But
yeah,
Cardi's worth a lot more, and you got to take advantage of the opportunity.
I think that this is probably just like a little twist the knife, bitter.
Yeah,
they're so bitter, these guys.
It's been back and forth now since this whole divorce thing has come out, and she's taking shots at him, he's clearly taking shots at her. It'll be very interesting to see what the court ultimately rules on this one. Because
she's kind of with Stefan Diggs, right?
Yeah, well, he's been in the headlines this week too.
He has been in the headlines, and I wonder if when she watched the video in question of Stefan Diggs on a boat, with a strange substance that we're now sort of speculating about.
Some pink powder.
That's the big viral video. I bet Cardi was looking at it and just thinking something like, what are these girls doing around him?
WTF, dude, what are you doing?
He's got 3 or 4 beautiful girls all over him. I thought he was with Cardi. Clearly, I think from this video, they're kind of just a thing and they're not really exclusive.
I don't know. I mean, when you're on a boat full of very good-looking women. It's very hard to help yourself to not at least, communicate with them, have some nice casual conversation.
Speaking from personal experience?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, on a boat.
On a boat. But yeah, when you're linked to Cardi B, you got to be a little bit more discreet if you're going to be talking to the other ladies like that.
They must have a very open relationship, but it is embarrassing for her if now her friends are seeing that, or Offset's probably like laughing at her. I thought they were exclusive, but I guess
maybe they never had the talk.
Yeah.
Are we official?
They never had the talk.
What are we?
That could be it. That could very important.
Every man's worst nightmare.
Yeah, right.
What are we?
What are we? All right, let's read out some of your comments. On the Todd and Julie Chrisley story, Bezo Lego says the Chrisleys are about to live their best lives. What could one ask for? What more could one ask for? Yeah, they're about to come into the best moment of their lives right now. I think they're going to be more famous than ever.
Yeah.
They're going to be
getting pardoned by Trump. They were already famous and doing well, but getting pardoned by Trump is just going to take them to another level.
And I still, just every time I hear about like pardoning reality stars, I feel for Joe Exotic. Every time. Because this guy should be free.
Yeah.
Like he is tried as hard or harder than the Chrisleys, I would say. Harder. And so why isn't he free? So if you're listening, Joe, we're thinking of you.
We support you, Joe.
We're thinking of you. Lisa Madden says they're going to make a fortune out of this. Yeah, I mean, their reality show is going to be huge. God knows what else. They're going to products and
new brand deals. That I will say their fan base is going to double down on their support and whatever they come out with in terms of products and all that.
Enhanced creators. Savannah is hot, so that's why Trump pardoned them. I actually think that's got a lot to do with it.
Really?
I do. I think Savannah is Trump's type.
Blonde,
hot,
babe.
Looks like Ivanka.
Oh.
That's Trump's type. That's Trump's type. I think if Savannah was like ugh, I'm not sure they'd be free today.
I don't disagree with
he's
not wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong on that. Yvette Torres, shake my head. I won't be watching their Lifetime documentary. I want to not watch it, but there's curiosity.
Kind of curious.
I'm kind of curious. On the Gigi Hadid half-sister, Charlie, do you think you have a shot at a Hadid? I mean, maybe a few years back. No, I would have had a shot.
You're still in your prime.
I'm still in my prime?
You're still in your prime.
I think I could get a Hadid. I'm not interested. Personally, I'm not interested. Like, even if they are, which they probably...
Can you imagine being able to just turn down a Hadid sister?
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. I turned down the third sister. That'd be just as cool, turn down the third sister. On the Offset Cardi B divorce, Google email says, I doubt Cardi cares. Move on, girl. What a good username, Google email. Is that their username? Is Google email?
Just generic.
Yeah. I think Cardi cares deeply as well. Cardi and Offset had so much emotion still. Yeah. It makes me think they're going to get back together. They've just got so much emotion towards each other. Even they hate each other, right?
Yeah.
I just think that it's like a hate and love aren't too far apart.
I feel that.
David says happy Friday to Charlie and Jim. Thank you, David.
Friday feeling.
And Crystal says, hi, Charlie. Who is this guy? It's Jim.
My name's Jim. I'm Charlie's boss.
Yes.
And I'm coming on the pod every once in a while.
Yeah, we got Jim on here. I gotta like bow down towards my boss and pay him some respect, get him on the pod. I couldn't get anybody else on. Jim's the man.
Thank you.
You head up our entire video division as well, don't you?
Yes, I do. I oversee multiple departments here at TMZ.
Wow, that's crazy. Justin Harris, Jim looks like he can be related to the father from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That's an honor.
What's that guy's name again?
I cannot remember, but that's an honor. That was a great movie.
That was a great movie. I was actually watching it for the Rick Moranis. Thank you, Wild. I was actually watching that with my daughter for her first time.
Nice.
It's a very good movie still. And I got to say we're having a bit of a sad goodbye today. Wild, the boss of the TMZ podcast for many a month, many a year. Come on down, Wild. Wild's last day, everybody. We appreciate you, Wild. That's Wild, man. It's been a wild ride, I was going to say. It's been a great ride.
The man that makes Charlie look good.
Yes. What are we going to do next week? We got Branson at the helm. Branson's going to do his best to...
Branson's got this.
Branson's got this. The downfall of the TMZ audio department starts now.
A documentary on it.
Yeah, there will. Okay. Thank you, Jim, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
Appreciate you
having me.
Appreciate you too, Wild, and everyone here today. Tony and Miguel and Branson. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you guys here next week. Goodbye.